What's up, Reject Nation? We missed this trailer yesterday, so we're bringing it to you today. Netflix released a trailer for Ratched, based on Nurse Ratched from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Wow, that's a cool shirt, Greg.
Wow, that's a great transition, John.
Thanks.
We are partnering up with Loot Crate, but this time it's Loot Fright. Horror-based Loot Crate items.
You know, your favorite Loot Crate stuff, but spooky.
So they sent over some items to us that we unboxed. You got this cool Twilight Zone cookbook thingamajig. Show them some photos, John.
For your recipes, they sent us this Pennywise pencil case. What's inside?
Yeah. Also got this shirt in case you guys couldn't tell what the whole point of that was.
Little Jaws metal print.
I'm excited to partner up with them. If you use our special code in the description box, you get 15% off your Loot Fright subscription box.
Or any other Loot Crate for that matter.
But I would go with Loot Fright.
I would go with Loot Fright.
And then for the month of August, if you order before August 15th, they have items that are inspired by the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the Lost Boys, and A Clockwork Orange.
That's the Dine and Slash box.
So get a box today. And I hope we get that box too. You better.
Yeah, Loot. Come on. And thank you.
Yeah, that one too.
May I ask why you're headed to Lucia?
It seems like a rather personal question.
Well, I'm sorry, ma'am. Didn't mean to make you uncomfortable.
I didn't say you made me uncomfortable. I said the question was personal.
Sorry.
This feels like a Bates Motel thing.
Your fingernails are filthy.
This poor guy.
I've always wanted an origin story of
Got a saying in the chorus.
Nurse
Save
Ratched.
one life and you're a hero.
Wow.
Save 100 lives. Well, then you're a nurse.
Do you
Huh.
wanna have fun? How about a few laughs?
You have been subjected to enough pain.
I can show you a good time.
You deserve someone to show you mercy. How different I would be if someone had.
Do you wanna have How's about a few laughs?
This looks pretty freaking cool, man. Oh, wow.
There's gonna be some stacks.
Yeah, excuse me. You're eating my peach. I don't see your name on it. And who would do that? Do what? Put their name on a peach. Somebody who really wanted it? No one has ever put their name on a peach. I've seen it done. No, you haven't. What are you gonna do about it? What are you, deaf? No. Just thinking of all the things I'm going to do about it.
Ooh! No lobotomy, no lobotomy.
Whoa! Vincent D'Onofrio.
And that's what's driving you mad.
I should have never let you into this hospital.
Letting me into this hospital was the best decision you ever made.
Last good time.
What a journey.
Happy birthday to you.
Ryan Murphy. My goodness. This feels kind of like a mixture of the Ryan Murphy aesthetic, tone, and whimsy. Like, especially what we've seen with Hollywood, and even Glee for that matter. And some American Horror Story, but even a hint of like Kubrick
Oh, yeah.
in there, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Like, there was stuff that reminded me straight out of The Shining. And you know, it probably has a lot to do with where this show takes place and the kind of patients you're dealing with. I haven't seen all of American Horror Story, but from like the 6 or 7 seasons I've seen, my favorite has still been Asylum. And so to see Sarah Paulson in the lead, Louise Fletcher, she won the Oscar for playing Nurse Ratched for One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. So you got to get an actress who can match that level of determination, intimidation, striking fear into the hearts of individuals. I think Sarah Paulson can pull it off.
Oh, she can do that ice cold thing.
Yeah, I think she can do it, man. I think it looks good. I think it looks really cool. I feel like you can get really psychologically twisted, very demented, horror-based scenes throughout. I think this could be a special thing. And people liked Hollywood, so I feel like so far for the Netflix. Ryan Murphy feels like a guy that can be really easy to hate for some reason.
Yeah, very specific taste, and if you like it, you like it, and if you don't, you don't.
I like Ryan Murphy.
I do too.
I like him a lot,
Yeah.
and yet I kind of get worried to engage in conversation about Ryan Murphy.
Well, you know, he is a little famous for dangling plot threads and trying to do too much, even if you do like his stuff.
I just love how out there he is.
Yeah, and I mean, this is a perfect vehicle for those instincts, at least for him as a producer, because I know he's not like the original creator who wrote the original idea up for this, but it does definitely have his sensibility, and part of me is like, once he started doing period pieces, I almost feel like he's like, I really got to make the most out of these sets, so let's get a whole bunch of period shows in here. But that said, I mean, the production values and the aesthetics look gorgeous, and it looks cool to have kind of both sides, you know, because she's a nurse, obviously, but you're also doing these huge viewing gallery, like lobotomy scenes and stuff like that reminded me of shows like The Nick, or things that are very much based in older, more antiquated forms of medicine and surgery. And my hope for this, I guess, is that it will use all those pulpy elements and stuff like that, but tell a story that has some commentary on mental health in society.
Mental health, illness, and stuff.
Instead of, because this is a slippery slope in the sense that there's a lot you can do to just make mental health struggles
freaky and surreal and trippy and cool.
But at the same time, if I know Ryan Murphy, I mean, there's an exploitation-y side of him where it's like, yeah, there's pulp for days, but he also seems like he wants to communicate some kind of allegory or message or something, so I got my fingers crossed.
This is like the last character I'd expect to get an origin tale.
Yeah, and the thing to me that's interesting is that watching this, I don't know, because of what One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is, I don't think I would be sitting there going, when are we going to get to the overlap with Jack Nicholson? You know, it's like there's nothing really to build up to, and so in a way, I'm sitting here thinking, okay, well maybe this could sort of exist on its own because she is the most distinct figure in that movie aside from him.
Well, what I think is exciting about doing this show in particular, because it's going to definitely be horror-based. It's going to be out there, it's going to be fun, but it's also going to be a lot of horror, is that One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is not a scary movie, but Nurse Ratched is scary. So to do a show about her and have horror undertones and psychologically twisted things throughout from her perspective, I'm on board for a spin-off like that. I haven't seen all of Bates Motel. I've only seen the first season and a half, I think. I was pleasantly surprised by actually, this is not a bad show. But when I heard the concept of Bates Motel, oh, so stupid. Why? You know, and
what can we do to pad this out and expand it?
Yeah, it's like, how silly, how unnecessary. And then I'm gonna go out there and say this is a necessary thing to do, but I actually like the conceit of it and what they're pitching on style, cast, and production design. I think this could be a really cool show. Yeah. I'm more drawn to this than the Hollywood one.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, and maybe it is because it's just got that dark, nasty edge. And also Sarah Paulson is definitely the sun that appears to be anchoring the entire gravity of this show, and it's really hard to look away from that.
I think there's going to be a lot of very gruesome scenes, especially with the way, like back then with insane asylums, which I know was an offensive term, but back then, when they would go and dissect the brain and try to figure out what's wrong with people, like, they didn't really take the best safety precautions, and you know that Ryan Murphy's if he's involved in any amount, and if it's gonna be on Netflix, they're gonna go full hardcore with the gore and the disturbing imagery.
Maybe they'll just, reuse some of the old Asylum pieces.
Yeah.
Just bring them back.
What I would like to know a little bit more about is what they're really going to do with making her a character.
And somebody who's the center, the lead.
Yeah, like what's her character journey? I imagine kind of like a Paul Thomas Anderson obsessive like character. Something like a Daniel Plainview in a way of if you can really explore the why behind who Ratched is, why she does what she does, and what her driving motivation is to be this person. Because I don't think you need like a character arc. Oh, we need to make her really likable.
We need to make her relatable.
Yeah.
But if you can make her somebody who we don't necessarily like, who we're kind of horrified by, but we very much understand.
And are fascinated by.
And yeah, exactly. That could work. Sarah Paulson can sell that.
Oh yeah, she totally
Yeah.
can. Have you seen him? Not Unbreakable. Glass? Yep.
Yeah.
That's the one.
I saw Glass.
Yeah, we all saw Glass.
We all saw Glass.
I feel like Sarah Paulson gets a lot of crap too.
Does she?
Yeah, I don't know why. I think she's an amazing actress. Her and Evan Peters hold down American Horror Story, dude.
It's because she was singing Imagine that one time,
Oh, was she part of that?
I think maybe.
To hell with her, then.
I don't know. But yeah, I mean, like, she's one of the most consistent, like, character actresses working today, and she's able to get these kinds of lead roles, but also character roles, which is kind of tricky. I mean,
Yeah.
it seems like she's kind of got her own lane, or a lane that she's helping to widen out.
And
for
she could
people.
do a lot of different genres.
Oh, yeah.
Mainly horror.
Mainly horror and things that are harsh.
All right, guys. Well, what did you think of this trailer? Are you excited for Ratched? Leave your thoughts down below. Do you think it'll be worth your time? Maybe. What else do we got to do?
Promote Loot Frights, of course. Get your real 15% off. Link in the description box, promo code, all that stuff.
I like the way you say things, John.
I do too.
All right, guys. Hey, why don't we do a picture? Anissa Oliva on Instagram. Anissa messaged me this video, and I was like, oh, I guess I gotta cover it because Anissa's asking for it. And if anyone's on the path to becoming a Nurse Ratched, it's definitely Anissa. I mean, she already works in an ER.
Yeah.
She's already witnessing humanity slowly crumbling.
And letting that crumble her humanity.
Exactly. Soon she's going to be totally immune to the pains of those who suffer. So Anissa, when you start doing some experimental treatments on certain individuals at the hospital, you make sure to hit me up on Instagram with some photos and videos, because I'm going to want to report you. I'm going to want to call the cops on you. And I'm going to need to show them the evidence of the horrible things you're doing, you sexy devil.
Oh, and if you could just write me out like a detailed list of each thing you plan to
Oh,
do, to whom
you.
and when, so we get that intent established.
Oh,
Now
you
that
kinky little individual.
premeditation.
Oh my
Ooh,
gosh.
look at
We're going to
that.
have so much evidence on you.
Look out.
Put you away.
You're a
pervert.
You're a criminal, you. You're a murdering psychopath. Please don't lobotomize us. We love you. Catch you next time.